We often hear that distance is a significant obstacle to love. While it's true that being physically close can make things easier, when it comes to love, there are no boundaries to how far people can go or how much effort they're willing to put into being with someone they love. Although it may be challenging sometimes, if two people genuinely want to be together, they can find ways to make it work. The key is not letting distance hinder the relationship. It may sound like a cliche, but communication forms the foundation of any relationship. With commitment and open communication, partners can overcome any obstacle, including distance.
SMOPPY'S World. Life Big Questions. Answered daily.
Hey friends, this is your beautiful, ever smiling host, Lady Ola. I'm thrilled to have you join us back on SMOPPY'S World. If you're new here, you've come to the right place. Listen, always take the time to spread the love and encourage others to share this inspiring episode with them as well. Don't forget to connect with us on all our social media platforms. I'd appreciate it if you could leave your comments in the comment section. I love it when we have conversation there. Your input means a lot to me. Guys, the audio version is now available on Spotify at SMOPPY'S World. Today, I'm not alone. Let me introduce my guest to you. His name is Victor Adu-Boahen, a young entrepreneur, manager of SMOPPY'S World brand. I got my manager here today. Country manager of Sinotech UAE and Investments. This guy studied information system science in the University of Ghana. He's born of 2 nationalities. Actually, that was what drew me to him. He has a Ghanaian father and a Nigerian mother. He was born in Nigeria, but he grew up in Ghana. He has worked for companies like Uber Ghana, Silverbird Cinemas Ghana, Black Ride Ghana. Everything is Ghanaian here. Genesis Cinema Nigeria and Gabi Nigeria. So without further ado, help me to welcome Victor Adu to SMOPPY'S World. Welcome to SMOPPY'S World.
Thank you. It's a nice opportunity to finally be in front of the scene.
You're always on the other side.
Thank you for having me, Mom.
It's a pleasure. So we want to talk about long distance relationship today. And I've experienced both failed long-term relationship, and I've also experienced the one that's successful, the one I'm in right now. I think the failed one had to do with the fact that we were both young. We were not experienced. I was in Nigeria. He moved to Germany. So the communication was not very good. So we ended up breaking up. And also when I met my husband, I was living in London. He was living in LA. So at that time, we both understood. Now we're mature. We're grown up. So we both understood how to maneuver, how long distance relationship is important. So we sailed that through, and we are here today. 24 years after, we're still together.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow, congratulations.
So our audience today, I want them to know so much about long distance relationship. Because there are many people who are thinking, I don't want to get into a relationship because, he's in Chicago, or he's in Ghana, or he's in Cameroon. And it's not that the relationship is bad, but it's just that they don't understand what's behind it. So my first question to you will be, in your belief, do you think long distance relationship is ideal? Or is it something that should be last resort?
For long distance relationship, I would say it's not for everybody. It doesn't
That's
work.
true.
It doesn't work for everybody.
That's right, absolutely.
Yes. It could work for one person and it could not work for another person.
Right.
Even with one individual, you could be in serial long distance relationship that could work for you, but some did not work for you. I personally have been in, I would say, 3 different long distance relationships.
Right.
Currently in one. In my first long distance relationship, that lasted for like 4 to 5 years. I was still young. I would say I was still an infant because she told me that it was an illusion.
Right.
We are having an illusion. We are still kids growing up, and this was me having my dad and her dad being friends, and then we go share Christmas.
Okay, that kind of
and
relationship.
We
right.
went to school, junior high. I left Nigeria and I went to Ghana at the age of 10, and the communication wasn't really there. We only have communication when we are back home.
Back home.
We meet in church and then we talk, and then I'll go spend...
That's young love.
Young love.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited to always get home.
Yeah.
And the first place I want to go is her house.
It's her house. Definitely, I can relate.
Running to
definitely.
her house, and then her dad, oh, welcome. When I'm about to go to school, her dad will package package for me, and I have that thought, oh, I'm in a relationship. I have someone back home.
Yeah.
So, and that lasted till like university.
Right.
And when I went back home, she told me that she had dated like 3 different people within the sphere. All she thought that we had was an illusion.
What was an illusion? So
that was just one.
Okay.
Now, growing up, the one I really put a lot of effort in, I had a timeline in it.
Right.
Me traveling from Ghana to the United Arab Emirates, it was like a career opportunity. I was trying to search a different career opportunity to be able to elevate my life. Having to be the breadwinner of the home after I lost my dad in 2018, I had to step up. Coming to UAE, settling down into the system, then I'll feel like, okay, I need a support system. It's not like there's no relation. I couldn't find a lady in UAE. I tried in UAE. It didn't work out. So I was like, okay, let me go back to what I am, my system, what I believe in, trying to know someone or take someone that is cultured from home and then make it work. I happened to met a lady online through a friend, and he recommended me to her, and it was amazing. I planned. So a long distance relationship is either you are the support system for this person, or this person is established on her own. It's either you are the one trying to create a career path for her in your dream, someone that's going to come and support your dream, your vision, someone that sees a vision, a future with you. So if you're not in a relationship with someone that sees that, okay, this is who I want to be with, this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with, then it's not going to work. This lady, I had a timeline. I brought her to the UAE. We stayed together for a while. When we were apart, we were talking, the communication was excellent, Mama.
You should have kept it there.
Like, I thought, okay, yes, let's move it. Let's take it to the next level. I spent everything to make sure that, yes, I bring her here. Now, after that long distance relationship, I didn't really build it that long. I didn't really ask questions that I need to ask. Now, when she was here, because of the connection, like we were together, that I didn't have room to ask much. I felt that, okay, we've passed that stage of knowing, and now we are into the stage of thinking of I do, or wanting to take it to the next level of building our career path, our spiritual part, our financial part, and then taking it to the next stage of marriage.
So let me ask you then, how long did you date each other for before she came over to Dubai?
1 month.
Let me ask you this question. Under what circumstances might a long distance relationship become necessary or beneficial?
Yes, from my aspect, it differs in different points. I could say career opportunities. From my relationship, she's working in Nigeria, I'm in UAE. I have my dream, she has her dream. Then we have the relationship goal. But we both have different dreams, but we have to make sure that the relationship goal supersedes our dreams, no matter the distance in it. So sometimes career opportunities is one of the things that makes long distance relationship very, very crucial in building a very tangible relationship. And another aspect I could say is sometimes you can have a boyfriend or a husband or a fiancé that takes up a military service.
Okay.
Military service. It might be posted to another country, and then you have to deal with the fact that the distance is there. You have to keep the communication intact.
We're gonna get to that.
Sometimes long distance relationship really helps in building your career. First, the career has to come in place because there's got to be food on the table. I love you is going to fade. If
That's right.
Once you the job description for a boyfriend is different from the job description of a husband.
Definitely.
So if you don't have your career set, if you don't have a good financial backing, once you switch from being a boyfriend to the husband, your eye will open.
Okay. There's this misconception that people have about long distance relationship. Can you share common misconceptions people have about long distance relationships?
Yes, I've been rejected like twice or three times when it comes to a long distance relationship, because they feel like, okay, you're far away. How do I get that intimacy? I get to be lonely sometimes. How am I going to get that intimacy? How am I going to? I need someone I can hug. I need someone I can run to when I have my bad days. So they feel like it's not going to work for me. So no. So that misconception that long distance relationship is not healthy, it's not matured enough, they feel like it's some childhood dream. To me, it's not. It doesn't work that way. I see long distance relationship to be a key factor in building relationship. Coming from a background where my family will want me to be separated from my spouse for a while to know him or her, not moving in, not having, like, from Africa where we come from, it's not done that you're dating and then you both have moved in. I made that mistake to have moved in with my fiancé, and it didn't work out. Yeah, so I think long distance relationship is a key factor, and I advise everyone watching to choose long distance relationship in the talking stage. In the talking stage of your relationship, you should build commitment in long distance relationship. You should build trust in long distance relationship, because if you're always together, if you don't give that space in your relationship to know this person well, once you keep having that bond, that intimacy, you will not have the room to want to query or ask the questions you want to ask.
See, I totally understand. I will not sit down here and tell our audience that long distance relationship is easy. It's hard. It's hard work.
It's hard work.
But I believe that if you love someone, you can make it work.
Yes.
You can make it work, because with long distance relationship, you have to deal with trust. You have to deal with loneliness. You have to deal with where is she now, or where is he now?
Why is your phone off?
Why is your phone off? Why I've been calling you and this is not happening, and all of that. Okay, because when my husband and I were having this long distance relationship, it was back in LA. I'm in London, and sometimes, because there's a huge time difference.
Yes.
I think it's about 8 hours, behind.
So you have to be awake.
So I have to be awake. I have to stay up, late to talk to him, and he has to stay up late to talk to me during the day and all that. So it was really challenging.
Very, very challenging.
But because we wanted to be together, we wanted the relationship to work.
Yes.
So we were putting so much into it. Sometimes I will get to the office, I will be dozing off. Sometimes I will sit in front of my computer and I was doing accounting. Sometimes I will be like, no, I cannot. I'm about to pay somebody's salary. I cannot afford. And it's all about that. But we made it work.
Yeah.
And I believe that if you love someone, I mean, my case is different. We met. He came to London, so we met. But he had to go back to work, and I'm not ready to leave United Kingdom.
Yeah.
He's not ready to leave his LA. So that's how we had this long distance relationship. And we both said, at some point we will have to come together. But right now, nobody wants to move. So we're keeping that long distance relationship. And I can tell you, it can be emotionally draining. But so let me move to the next question. So how can couples maintain a sense of intimacy and connection when they are miles apart? How can we show love and support from a distance?
First thing I will say is that, to me, long distance is temporal. You first have to see it as a temporal period that you're going through.
Right.
to before you finally settle down.
Right.
Long distance shouldn't be something that you don't have a timeline to, okay, in a year time, in 2 years, but it shouldn't be stressful. You shouldn't be, I want to be with you. You have to have a goal of this is what. And then to add to that, I talk about a few factors. God first have to be God. Then your goal. The God factor, the goal factor, the commitment factor, the communication factor, and the trust factor. If you take God in it, you have to center a relationship on your the basics of being, I'm a Christian, she's a Christian. So you have to constantly keep God in it. There are challenging situations. She might not be here to support me, but God is here with me. You have to, the first long distance relationship we have in the world is God and Adam.
That's right.
God even knew that, yes, Adam needs a companion. He had to send a lady.
That's right.
But before then, the lady was far away. So God had to keep
down. She's locked down inside of Adam, and he didn't know.
He didn't know. So the long distance relationship, that there's a timeline. God knew that, okay, yes, he's the Alpha and the Omega.
Yes.
He knew beginning, and he knew that Eve is going to come into the picture. Adam is going to need Eve. So there was a timeline in the Bible where God knew he's going to send Eve. So Adam needed to build a foundation before Eve come into the picture. There's a point of which the man have to make sure that he builds his career. He sets his boundaries. Adam had to name all the animals in the kingdom before Eve came in. Adam had to notice the fruits to eat. This is what he knows. The Garden of Eden. He knows this fruit shouldn't be eaten. This fruit you should have this and you shouldn't have that. You understand? Now, in relationship, you have to set goals. You have to know that, okay, this is temporal. This is what I want to achieve by the end of the year. This is my goal by the end of next year. Now, you have a lady which also have her goal. From my aspect, I have a lady that is working. She is far away. She's working. She has her goals. She has her dream. But we are setting boundaries that, okay, this is what we want to do.
So how do you maintain intimacy?
Communication by video calls.
Right.
It has to be constant. You have to keep that communication steady. In the morning, like we have our devotional guy. I have been in a relationship where I did all of the, let me say the manual in a long distance relationship, but still a crack. But you have to keep pushing. You have to keep praying. In the morning you wake up, the first thing you have to think about is God and her. I know you have family, you have career, but you have to also put her as a priority. I love you is I make you my priority. I don't have
Absolutely.
that I am busy.
I like that.
No, I don't have that I am busy. No.
You cannot afford to have I am busy because you're not living together. You're not living in the same country.
Exactly.
So you have to make sure that this person is your priority.
She has to be your number after God is her.
Yeah.
You have to think about, okay, what is she doing? How is her health, her welfare, her career, it's centered. I believe that relationship in our modern day is centered around the lady. If you have a good support system, you as a man, you're going to thrive.
Yeah, you say that again.
If you have a lady that is pushing you, that is up there, her career is moving, or it's either she's in a career path or a business path. If she's in a business path, hallelujah. You have someone to take good care of your kids. She has time for the kids. When you switch from being a boyfriend to a husband. If she's a career path, you have to have a timeline. Some ladies, looking from like my role models, mom like you, like my pastor, I looked, okay, there's a timeline. Before my pastor's wife moved from Nigeria to Dubai, my pastor had the time. He prayed to God. He had the timeline of this is what he had to set in place.
That's right.
And then before she came over to Dubai, before you moved over to your husband, you had a timeline. So you should know that this relationship is a temporal stuff. After you have your goals and all that, then commitment. You have to be committed to communication.
It requires a lot of commitment.
If you're not committed, look, there are a lot of beautiful ladies in Dubai. There are a lot of beautiful, honestly, like I could go out in the morning or I go to play football.
And fetch them.
And yes. But I have to be committed that this is the person I'm waking up to, I'm sleeping to. I have to be committed that I have to talk to this person. I have to make this work. After that, you have to build trust. There shouldn't be a point in time you go like, I'm busy, I can't talk to you, I'm tired. Yes, you're tired, but you have to give her 5 minutes, 10 minutes, because you prioritize her over any other thing.
And she does, and this vice versa.
It has to balance. If if you're not getting the energy you're giving,
you both have to give each other the energy.
Yes. So
because that's what keeps it going.
If it's not there, if you're not getting it back, trust me, it's gonna fail you on a landmine waiting to explode.
Like the communication has to keep going. Like my husband and I, we were calling each other like 3-4 times a day. At least in your days, you guys were good. We didn't have no video call then.
It's true.
We didn't have no video call. Today, it was just phone call.
Phone call. Today,
so you will have to call me before I go to work. We speak before we sleep. I mean, it's night is my day. So when it's going to go sleep, it will say it's either it will call me, and then I will pick. My phone is always on at work. So when I see his phone, I'll call. I'm going to bed now. I'm going to go sleep. Okay, baby. I'll see you when you wake up. Like we didn't have video calls.
No.
So you can just imagine.
It was difficult.
It was difficult, but we sailed it through. We work it out. So it's different in you guys. Now you have FaceTime. Now you have that time.
WhatsApp
you have this
call,
that. You WhatsApp call. For me, I think it's doable in this generation.
Mom, one thing I'll say is, in your time, it was difficult but easy. In our time, social media have made us so easy to be closer but far apart from each other.
Don't even get me started on that one.
So like it had
don't even get me started with that one.
Brought us so close but far apart from each other. Like if I wake up in the morning and I finish praying and then we pray together, you can send her a reel, and social media are going to give you 10 other reels just like the reel you sent to her.
Wow.
I can send her I love you reel to her, and then 10 other reels are still popping up on my wall that I could just keep sharing. So it makes it easier for us to keep in touch. But in your time, you have to call. You have to hear his voice.
Yes.
You're not doing AI
nothing
messages.
No.
This time around, I don't need to compose a message for her. I just need to go online and I have like 10 messages, and it's not real.
We did not even have messages on the phone.
Yeah, you have to call her.
If he wants to message me, he has to email me.
Exactly. He had to compose it.
He has to be through email. Yeah.
He had to be real, like from his heart.
Yeah, exactly.
But today, ChatGPT is gonna give me like,
what are you doing there? You can still use your phone. Really, seriously. I mean, I'm in this generation, but you can still use your phone.
Yes, I
to send message without having to, do
go online and use AI. But I personally always want to compose what I feel.
Exactly.
At that point,
it has to come from the heart.
Because at every single point in time, you're going through a different struggle. Life puts different challenges in front of you. So if I'm sending you, I love you so much, you're the apple of my eye, at a moment that I'm feeling so down and depressed, and she really have to connect to my emotion at that moment. Because a lot of ladies are hooked up to, I want to marry you, I want to build a career, I want to, like a guy will say, I need a lady that I want to marry, I need to raise kids with, but the guy didn't say I need you. He said I need a lady, but he didn't say I need you. And in that situation, you find yourself hooked up to that story, but it wasn't you. In that point, the relationship could be temporal. I wouldn't call it relationship, I would call it companionship. In today's world, a lot of people, there's a difference between being in a companionship and even relationship. This in our modern days, it's a contract stuff. It's a contract partnership. I'm going to help you build your career. I have the money. I'm going to help you build your career. In return, you just have to be a girlfriend to me. And in today's world, they are cool with it. A lot of ladies are looking for their ready-made boyfriends. They are not ready to look for the guy that is, no, you don't have your car, you don't have your house, you don't have 6-figure salary. It's a no-no. I'm not ready to settle down with a guy that doesn't have money. I'm not ready to build a guy. I need a already built guy. I don't believe in he has a vision, he has a dream, 2 years time in 3 years. They are always fighting the ideology that they have to get married early.
So how important regular communication is?
It has to be very important in long distance relation. In my situation, it has to be the first thing, because in my situation we are 3 hours apart from each other. When I'm up, she's still sleeping. So I have to, by 10 o'clock, she's working. So, but sometimes she leaves late, sometimes she leaves early. So by 10 o'clock in UAE time, it's morning. So I have to make sure that I have an alarm. I've set an alarm system so I don't get to forget. My alarm, I've written it. Send a good morning message to you, love. My alarm is there. And at night, she has to come back from work or whatever she's doing. And then I have to wait till like 2 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m. in the morning. Thank God that I don't really have a 7 to 5 job. So I could afford to be up, talk to her. So you have to make that constant commitment to want to communicate.
Now let's talk about the challenges that he has.
Mama, there are a lot.
What are the most common challenges that couples face in long distance relationship? What are the challenges that they face?
To me, the biggest challenge you face is trust.
Right.
It takes a long time to build it when you're in long distance relationship. The ladies are so key into what they hear, and the guys are always key into what we see. So I want to call you on video call. I want to know where you are. I want to see where you are. I want to see who you're talking to. I want to see who's your friend. I want to see this. I want to see that. But the lady wants to hear your voice. The ladies are just okay with hearing your voice. But we the guys are you at home? You're supposed to be at work. You close at 5. You're supposed to be at home at 7.
So you're saying that you guys have monitoring spirits.
Exactly, ma'am. Exactly. Guys, when it comes to long distance relationship, we always want to have a timeline to what you're doing at what time, and it gives that trust issues. But once you're able to build the walls around your trust, your trust in her and she in you, you go beyond. Okay, her phone is off for an hour or 2. You're not thinking she's with another guy. In Africa, there could be no light. Yeah. Unlike here in UAE, that excuse shouldn't be a problem.
And has no light to charge the phone.
Charge your phone. There's always light. There's always Wi-Fi, thanks to the development in the country. But in Africa, there's a situation where there's no light. The internet, she might be recharging and then it's not going through. It's a whole lot. So this helps give, there are tiny bits of traces of unbelief that is going to affect the trust. I call you, your phone is off. You get online, you don't call me back. You don't reply my text, and you post on your status. So the priority is not there. I'm not your priority. And you might not know that probably she posted the stuff before her phone went off. And once her phone came on, it loaded. But she didn't reply. So you just go on your WhatsApp, and your first status you see is she has not replied, and that's it. It's issue. So the first thing is trust. After trust to me, is God. I want to be with a lady that believes in God. I'm a believer of Christ. If she's not believing in God and she's not following and building her spiritual life, it's a no-no for me. It's not going to work.
Convicting her, what she's doing,
exactly. So that if you're not key in where I met you, shouldn't be where I'll always know you. You have to be better than where we met.
Right. Yes.
You might be a church goer when we met. I don't need you to keep being a church goer. I'm a believer. I work in church. I always want to have a commitment to God. So if I met you being a church goer, I don't want to be in a relationship with you down the line and you're still just being a church goer. No, it's not going to work for me. Probably for her, but it's not going to work for me. So it's a constant something that I have to communicate with you. We have to build our spiritual life. Right. And finally, I will say one of the factors that make long distance relationship not work is the finance. I love you. As I always say, it's not going to put food on the table. Love don't fade, but love mature. You get to mature being in love with someone. And that maturity is when the reality of life sets in.
Okay, help me understand. What has finance got to do with the long distance
Yes,
relationship?
as in Mommy, your previous episode with you and Doctor, you said money is not actually key
Yeah.
in relationship.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed that episode. If you've not watched it, you can still go back to YouTube and watch it. Money and finance, I would say your career. You have a long distance relationship, you want to get married, you want to settle down. You have a timeline that, okay, I'm 32, she's 28, she's 29. A lady will not always be that young. She needs to know, okay, this is when I'm settling down. I don't want to get into my late 30s and I'm not settled. I don't want to spend my time with you when I don't see a future.
Right.
So if you're the guy and you're building your dreams and you don't have goals, you don't have targets you're setting, you're not pushing to hit those goals, she's not going to wait forever. She needs to see the light, not at the long end of the tunnel. She needs to see the light here. This is where I'm going to. This is what I want to achieve. She has her goals. So she needs to say, okay, this is where I'm going. So, and you need to build your finance to an extent that she knows she doesn't need her urgent 20K and then you don't have it. Ladies might not need she needs those little gifts, those surprise. You can just surprise her. Send something to her house, send her a gift, a bag, a shoe, buy her lunch. But if you're not capable of doing all this, it boils down to your finances. She might be saying, okay, I know you're struggling and all that, but you need to do these little things to be able to build a good, lasting, long-distance relationship till the time you meet. Once you meet, you know, okay, I've met this lady, I understand where we are going, we are getting married at this time, we are building a relationship, you're building a family, this is when we want to have kids. Probably she's in the military or you're in the military, you're done with your service, you're coming home. So you should know that, yes, this is what we want to do. I will not let long-distance relationship last forever. It has to be temporal. If not, it's not that long distance. It's no more a long distance. It's just a companionship.
Right. Okay. I mean, in our own long distance relationship, I experienced loneliness.
A lot.
Having my husband not being around, and this is what I did then. When I'm missing him like that, I will go into the wardrobe and I will pick one of his shirts and I will be smelling it. And there's I cannot explain it, but there's a way I felt.
A magnetic force that draws him
like
close to you.
like it takes that loneliness away. And when he calls me later, I would dare tell him and say, honey, I was missing you so bad today. You know what I did? He would say, what? I went to go and get one of your shirts and I smelled it, I put it on, and I felt like you were there. And then he would say some nice things to me, like made me, allowed me to know that he's also missing me, even though we're not, we're not together, and we have goals. We know that so time we're gonna be living together again. So that takes me to the next question, which is gonna possibly be the last one. How do you handle feelings of loneliness or missing your partner that are far away? Man,
that's
how did you particularly?
Personally, how I handle it is I occupy myself with activities. I don't want to be in a lonely room.
Right.
Once you're in a lonely state, in a lonely room, you'll be wanting to so many bad thoughts to come into you. So I always occupy myself with activities. I'm going to play football. I'm hanging out with my friends and not be so lonely. And then one other thing I do is, it's so funny, is that I'll have a good support system. I have someone that when I need to talk to her so much and she's not available at that moment, I'll just go to his place and then occupy myself trying to learn a new skill, trying to just keep my mind open to whenever she calls me or whenever we talk. So don't be lonely. Don't keep yourself in a lonely spot. From my side, I don't ever want to be lonely. I don't want to be in that situation where I'll have to think about her, because the devil is going to bring a whole lot of negative thoughts in it. But a situation like you have been, where you have been with him and then he's far away. For my situation, I haven't been with her, but she's far away. So I just have to keep that learn something. I always want to keep my mind active, occupied with something.
Yeah,
so
keep going.
Yes, until we speak or we talk and have that. Sometimes I can just watch her videos. I can play back her videos where we talk, or she sends me a videos. That's just what I do to keep myself going.
Okay, fantastic. So as we round up, let me ask you this question. What advice would you give to someone who is watching us right now? I mean, or couples who are starting a long distance relationship or about to get into one, or transitioning into one.
One, okay, yeah. So as
unexpectedly,
as you said, Mom, it's different if you've not met her. It's different. Like my kid's sister just got married like a month ago, and just after the marriage, after the honeymoon, the husband has left the country. Just a month into the marriage, so you had that knowledge that okay, I'm getting married and I'm not going to have sexual immoralities, and then just after you got married and your husband is already gone, you have to build that communication and trust and know that yes, I have to keep talking to him, keep that thing going. Now, my advice is keep your communication going. Trust the process. You might not trust the person, but trust the process. Trust the process that is going to take time. There are going to be challenges. There are going to be situations where you're going to doubt, why am I even in this? But you have to trust the process that yes, it's a temporal time. We are going to be together. Don't lose trust. Build on your spiritual aspect. You're a Christian. Don't do things that God will not want you to do.
Even if they're not Christians, whether you're Muslim or you're Buddhist, whatever your religion
is. Don't do what she will not want you to do.
Yeah.
Don't go out sleeping with other people for temporal satisfaction. Yes, I know that, she's not here. Let me just have some temporal satisfaction. Quickie. And then, yes, I have been in a situation where I messed up. I had to be open, ask for forgiveness, and then know that, yes, I'm not going to do that anymore. Don't look for temporal satisfaction just because of she's not here or he's not there.
Right.
Trust the process and believe that, yes, you're going to make it work. And I believe that long distance relationship is the best for every couple.
Wow. Thank you so much, Victor, for joining us. Will you be back, right?
Yeah, I will be back. I won't be behind the scene. I have to be on the set.
Exactly. Thank you so much for sharing your testimony and helping someone today. It's so important in a long distance relationship to stay connected. Talking on the phone and FaceTiming is the best way to stay connected, because so much can get lost in translation via text. It can be easy to go through the busy day relying on text and without picking up the phone, but don't fall into that trap. Make time to have in-depth conversations where you can hear one another's voices or see one another's faces. Talk in the morning and before you go to bed. Ask each other about how you're feeling. Don't be afraid to send texts. I call it sex text. While sending sexual texts might seem like something only young, new couples do, I'm telling you, this can be a great way to keep the spark ignited. Keeping the romance alive is all about sexting, I call it. It's important to find a time that works best for both of you to engage in these activities. Get romantic over FaceTime. Prioritize each other. If something feels off, talk about it. Cherish your moments. Oh, that's all for now. Thank you for joining me today. I hope these insights on long distance relationship have been helpful and inspiring. Remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more valuable content. If you have not had someone say this to you today, I love you and I believe in you to make the best out of life. Until next time, it's SMOPPY'S saying, take care and God bless.